Hey everyone, Dan Klinge here, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty Boise. Today with me is Jesse Taylor, who does my inspections, and he's with 44 North Home Inspections. Today we're going to walk around a brand new vacant home with a FLIR camera to have a look at what we can see when we use a tool like this during an inspection. All right, Jesse, what are we looking at here?
So this is the air return. This is where the air from the house goes back into the heating and air conditioning system. And so when we're looking at the functionality of the heating and air conditioning system, what we want to see is a lower temperature here as it goes in and a higher temperature as it comes out of the outlets around the house.
So this is where all the dirty air goes in, and then it goes into the heater, and then it comes out all the returns to heat up the house or cool it?
Yes, so this is where your filter is located in this particular
Okay.
house. The furnace is in the attic on this house. So this is where you would change your filter. So all the dirty air is going to go in through here. So this air is going to be cold. It's coming from the bottom and it's coming up here. It's going to go into the furnace where it's going to be heated, and it's going to come out all the ducts around the house.
All right, well, let's use the FLIR camera to look at some of the temperature differentials and how they're different and how hot the air actually comes out from the returns.
For sure.
All right, Jesse, we got the camera out and we're having a look. What are we seeing here?
So this is the air going into the air return. And you can see it's about 72 degrees right now going to the air return. If you look at the ambient air temperature, like this wall right here, we're about 69 to 70. And the thermostat was set to 70 degrees. So this home is not zoned, so the thermostat is upstairs. And what that means is it's probably colder downstairs than it is out or up here. So we're going to take a look at the ducts where it's coming out and see what kind of difference we have between this temperature at 73 degrees and what's coming out of those vents over there.
All right.
All right, so here we're looking at the duct where it's coming out from the furnace. So it's already gone through the return, it's been heated, it's coming back out. You can see where the heat is blowing out everywhere across the ceiling. And right now we're getting a temperature out of this duct at about 107 to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. So we have a good almost 40-degree temperature differential between the air going in and the air going out. And that shows us that our heating and air conditioning system is currently working the way that it's supposed to.
All right, that was super interesting. But let's have a look in this bedroom and see what we can see with the thermal camera in here.
All right, so what we can see with these exterior walls is what's referred to as thermal bridging. So we can actually see each individual stud. And what that means is that cold air is actually coming through. It's cooling that stud down. You can see where that cold air is seen. Now you can also see the little interior pockets of where all the insulation is. And as we move up through the room, we get closer, we can see right there a little bit of thermal bridging.
So that's like where the header is.
Yeah, that's the top sill right there.
Top sill.
So you can see where all of your trusses are up in the ceiling.
I guess I don't need a stud finder anymore then.
You don't need a stud finder anymore. This is really common. It's really hard to seal a home completely, but these are going to be the areas where you may lose a little bit of heat. But we can see the insulation is definitely doing its job here. This room is nice and warm. These walls are nice and warm. We're not losing a whole lot through those walls.
Oh, that's really cool. All right, so we're just heating up. Oh, that's really cool. So we're putting hot water in the tub. As you can see how it's heating everything up. You can see the wall of the bathtub is actually heating up. Oh, that's great. All right, so we've come down to the kitchen to see what it looks like when the water's running through the pipes. And this is a really good illustration of what hot water looks like. What are we seeing here?
So you can see the hot water flowing through right here. We have
And you can see it going down the drain and everything, right?
pipe going all the way up into the faucet, all the way up here. And water coming out there. You can see it going through the drain. So we can use this to see if we have any leaks. So we're looking all the way through the floor now, and we can see the plumbing underneath the house. Where it comes out, you can see if there's any leaks. And then we can switch the water temperature. And now as we change the water temperature,
it should cool that down,
It'll
right?
start cooling down. And that's how we can see if we have any leaks. You see those differences in temperature. And watch as it starts to cool down.
That is neat.
Now we can see the cold water lines back here,
Yep.
as opposed to before we could only see the hot water line. So as that hot water line cools down, it'll disappear. And we'll
So
see
now, if there was water behind something here leaking in the wall, it would heat that up and you'd be able to see that, right?
if it was a hot water leak, it would. If it was a cold water leak, we would see blue. We'd see big puddles of blue where the water is just sitting because it's going to be colder than the rest of the house. So there's still warm air underneath the house. You can see the floor is 60 degrees. So we'll be able to see those differences. And now we can see the plumbing is really starting to cool off. Now that pipe has turned completely blue. 53 degrees down there.
So this is a great tool for not only you as an inspector, but a homeowner and myself as a realtor to have, you know, to walk around and be able to see different things in different areas of the house where we might not be able to have seen those before.
Yeah, it's kind of like X-ray vision for homes.
I like that, X-ray vision for homes. I had a water leak in my house where the back of the shower water was leaking out of it. So if I had this at that time, I would have been able to see the water running down the back of the wall, and I would have saved myself a lot of money.
A whole lot of time. At least you can't see.
All right, well, that was FLIR cameras and home inspections and a brand new home. Thanks for watching.